Sentenced to 6 months in prison just for wandering the streets, came to court with a bewildered look on his face, explaining that he was a tourist. He didn't expect his sentence to be increased to 6 years for pleading not guilty. Jack's face was full of disbelief. What kind of a judge would impose such an arbitrary sentence? All the prisoners arrested that day were taken to the airport by soldiers. The prisoners were assigned to different prisons according to their size. Young and strong men like Jack, he was assigned to a transport ship on an unknown planet. He tried to explain that he was just an innocent tourist. To his surprise, the soldiers pulled out their electric batons and threatened him. Jack had no choice but to enter the transport. The escort asked everyone to take off their shoes. Little did he know that the prison didn't allow prisoners to wear shoes. After a short orbital leap, the transport ship arrived on a remote planet. Jack looked out the window. The scene outside was chilling. Several prisons stood in the center of the lake. Next to them was an endless desert. The Empire seems intent on hiding the contents of the prisons. The doors of the transport ship opened slowly. Prison guards approached to greet them. The prisoners are herded barefoot onto the prison platform. The guards then order the men into the prescribed position, hands on their heads and feet together. A few more people emerge from inside the prison. All of them are wearing heavy shoes. Behind them, the doors of the transport ship begin to close. After the handover is complete, the escort soldiers are eager to get back to their mission. This prison is an imperial factory. The young men have been assessed as usable labor. It's not surprising that even the prisoners can't escape the Empire's oppression. They will spend their sentences in intense work. Those with previous convictions may be surprised. They wonder why this prison is so clean and hygienic, and that these guards would dare to stand in front of so many prisoners with their bare hands. It's all thanks to the minimally invasive law enforcement techniques invented by the Empire. Teach the newcomers a lesson. The warden pressed the button in his hand. Jack fell to the ground temporarily incapacitated. This is only the weakest of the 3 levels of power. The floor is also made of heavy stone steel. Not even a battleship railgun could shake it. The wardens advised the newcomers, don't get any bad ideas. The 3rd level of power is too much for humans to handle. 2 guards escort Jack to level 5. He is ordered into the prescribed position. The prisoner holds his head in his hands, but the guards were too late to come and escort him. It turns out that the prison is too secure. The Reich had not sent enough guards to the prison because someone had taken a leave of absence. They had to be temporarily seconded from other floors. The door to the cell block was opened. 2 guards go in first to deter the prisoners. The loudspeaker orders everyone into the required position. Jack is led into the workshop. The lift slowly descends. With just 3 guards, all the inmates are too scared to breathe loudly. Jack is thrown off the platform, barefoot on the cold floor. The platform then rises to lead the guards away. This is the 5th floor day shift line. The line manager comes over and explains the rules of the line. There are 7 levels of the prison, 7 workshops on each floor. Each workshop has 7 lines. Each line has 7 people. The guards leave the workshop without any explanation. He gives the task directly to the line manager. He is responsible for supervising the 49 people here. Unless a prisoner dies, a replacement is sent to report. At other times the wardens do not reappear. After the line manager's order, everyone goes back to work. All inmates work 12-hour shifts. There is also a ranking system in each workshop. Jack will take the place of the dead prisoner on platform 5. The scores for each line are updated in real time. Each of the 7 lines will be ranked in its own right. The line manager will have to compete with the other workshops for the top ranking. So there's only one requirement here, and that's to work your ass off. Line manager leads a workshop that is consistently in the top 3 in the tier, so not wanting to be held back because of Jack, he came to the number 5 table. Everyone worked and introduced themselves briefly. Workshop 5 was already 10 points behind because of a missing person. Jack needed to learn quickly, join in and help them out. Otherwise the last one in line will be punished by electric shocks. The manager is called away by the wardens. With 1 man missing the whole workshop, they've gone from the top 3 to the bottom. Now they have 1 hour to catch up. Otherwise they would all be punished. As the clock starts, everyone takes their hands off the table. The parts began to rise, and as the prisoners work their way up, one by one, Imperial military parts are created. These military supplies will be hauled to the front lines. They will even be used to attack their home planet. After 12 hours of intense work, the old man is already panting. He has served 14 years of his sentence here. At this point, Jack is still thinking, is this how he's going to serve his innocent 6-year sentence? Jack noticed that the man in the front row was dancing around. It turns out he's using sign language to communicate with the others on the shop floor over the air. It often took months for messages from the lower levels to reach the upper floors. The inmates are like machines. They work hard day in and day out. The dormitory doors are opened. Even in the resting places, the inmates are still not allowed to wear shoes. The white light on the floor means there is no electricity. Once the white light flashes, you have to return to your cell within 7 seconds. If the flashing ends, 2 people are detected in the same cell. The electric shock will still be released immediately. The team is dismissed and everyone returns to their cubicles. The neighbor next door helped Jack explain the rules inside. Above the beds are all the prisoners' belongings, including water and a toilet, and tools for eating. The food was served in a tube with no limit. The liquid food had no taste. No one gets addicted to it. Jack has been electrocuted twice today. He can only hope to win later. The winner's food will have a taste. If it's first place, the food would taste nostalgic. Cells are cleaned daily by themselves. The length of the prisoner's sentence is also displayed on the door. A colleague saw Jack's 6-year sentence. They wondered what Jack had done. When he found out that Jack hadn't done anything, he wasn't surprised. There's been a lot of inmates coming in like this for no reason. And in the last month, everyone's sentence had been doubled. The news must have caused a lot of discussion outside the prison. For a month, everyone was waiting for the outcome of the Imperial Council's discussions. Yet Jack knew nothing about the doubling of sentences while he was outside the prison. The Empire had withheld the information. This horrified the crowd. One man came along and spread rumors. He thought the sentence was just a number. No one leaves this prison alive. The manager saw this man start talking nonsense again. He ran over and held him down. He was forbidden from spreading any more gossip. Soon it's time for the lights to go out. The prisoner has 30 seconds to return to his cell. The manager advises Jack not to sleepwalk. I'm sure he doesn't want to suffer the consequences of sleepwalking. All prisoners enter their cells. As the lights went out, Jack rushes in too. As the red light went on, not one of them dared to step outside the cell again. Jack is still slowly digesting the day's events. The night had passed. He couldn't sleep either. Soon 30 working days had passed. He began to accept the unpalatable food and this plumbing method of drinking water. Everyone stood neatly in front of their cells as the red light changed to white. Another day of shifts began, and so the days went by. Someone stands at the cell door, seemingly ready to jump. Jack, who had fallen asleep, heard a noise. Another man had given up his life. Instead of regretting the loss of his life, instead, they blamed him. One less man on the shop floor. Tomorrow's results will be at the bottom again. Everyone will be punished for this guy. After the detection of the creature, the grid is temporarily cut off for 10 seconds. As the flashing red light turns on, the grid restarts again. No one knows how long this life will last.